What if Pokemon were not cartoons? What if they existed as real animals in our world? Today we bring Ash's legendary Kanto Pokémon to life using AI with real anatomy, real behavior, and real biological limits. Watch till the end, because the final Pokémon is truly magical. Pikachu would be a small, intelligent mammal, similar to squirrels or rodents. It would live in burrows or nests, foraging for nuts, berries, and small insects. Its bioelectric cells would allow short-range shocks for defense and hunting. Socially, Pikachu might live in small family groups with clear communication using chirps and sparks. Its agility would make it hard to catch, but water or overuse of electricity would be dangerous. Predators might include larger mammals or birds of prey, so Pikachu would rely on speed and intelligence to survive. Bulbasaur would be a plant-animal hybrid. Its bulb allows photosynthesis, giving it energy alongside normal feeding. Bulbasaur would spend most of its time grazing and basking in sunlight. The bulb might store nutrients for periods of scarcity. Socially, it could live in small groups in forest clearings, using its mild poison as a deterrent against predators. Fire, frost, and extreme environmental changes would threaten both plant and animal aspects. Ivysaur would become more territorial as the plant grows, defending its patch of forest or meadow from intruders. The bulb's growth would make it heavier, so it would rely more on ambush tactics rather than speed. It could use vines for movement or grabbing food, making it partially arboreal. Environmental awareness would be critical. Strong winds or forest fires could be fatal. Venusaur would be an apex herbivore in forests and grassland. Its massive plant back would release toxins to repel threats and could control small vegetation around it for camouflage or defense. It would move slowly but deliberately, and its size would intimidate predators. Venusaur might form small social groups for mating or territory protection, and it would prefer sunny, stable climates. Fire or sudden environmental shifts could be lethal. Charmander would behave like a small reptile, hunting insects and small animals. The tail flame is vital. It would require specialized internal organs to maintain combustion without harming itself. Charmander would hide from water sources to prevent accidental extinguishing. Socially, it might be solitary, with small ranges to avoid competition. Extreme cold or flooding could be deadly. Charmeleon would become more aggressive and territorial, relying on ambush hunting. Its flame would allow intimidation displays. It would need a consistent source of high-calorie prey to maintain energy for flight and fire generation. Lack of energy would make it sluggish and vulnerable. Charizard would be a flying apex predator. It would hunt small to medium-sized animals and could dominate other aerial creatures. Thermoregulation would be critical to maintain the internal fire system. Long flights and fire attacks would consume huge energy, so resting periods would be essential. Charizard might be semi-solitary, coming together only to mate or defend territory. Squirtle would live near rivers, lakes, or ponds. Its shell would provide armor from predators. It would be a cautious forager, eating aquatic plants and small prey. On land, its movement would be slow, but in water, it would be agile. Squirtle might live in small groups for protection. Wartortle would have longer limbs and a more developed tail for swimming. It could hunt fish and small aquatic creatures. Its increased size would make it more territorial. On land, movement would still be cumbersome, so it would avoid open areas. Blastoise would be a slow-moving, heavily armored aquatic predator. Its water cannons could generate high-pressure streams to stun prey or defend itself. It would prefer large rivers or lakes and could live alone or in small pairs. On land, it would be vulnerable due to weight, but in water, it would be highly maneuverable. Pidgey would be a small forest bird, quick and alert, feeding on seeds and insects. It would rely on flocking behavior for safety. Predators might include larger birds and small mammals. Fragile bones would make collisions dangerous. Pidgeotto would become a mid-sized raptor, hunting small animals and defending territory. Its wingspan allows long flights for migration and hunting. It would use keen eyesight and precision attacks to survive. Pidgeot would dominate the skies as a top aerial predator. It could hunt cooperatively or alone. Speed and vision would be its main strengths. Fragile bones and high energy needs would be critical weaknesses. Caterpie would be a slow-moving caterpillar, feeding on leaves. Silk reduction would allow for escape or protection. It would be extremely vulnerable to predators. Metapod would survive through a hardened shell, remaining mostly immobile. It would rely on camouflage and minimal movement to avoid detection. Butterfree would function like a large butterfly, using powdery scales to deter predators. Flight would be erratic but agile. Physical defense would be extremely low, relying on chemical defense. Krabby would inhabit coastlines and shallow waters. Its strong claws could catch prey or fight rivals. Mobility on land would be limited, making it dependent on the shore or water. Kingler would be a massive crustacean with enormous crushing power. Its oversized claw is useful for combat and display, but it would hinder balance and land movement. Predators would be few due to its strength. Mook would be a toxic sludge Pokemon Pokemon, moving slowly through polluted areas. It would be almost immune to physical attacks, but extremely slow. Cleanup methods or extreme heat could destroy it. It might consume waste for energy. Primeape. Primeape would be a highly aggressive, intelligent mammal. Rage would fuel its attacks, increasing strength but lowering control. Social behavior might be solitary due to its violent tendencies. Energy management would be crucial to avoid exhaustion. Lapras. Lapras would be a gentle marine mammal, migrating long distances like whales. It would be intelligent and social, capable of forming bonds with others. Its massive size allows for endurance, but it would be slow to react to fast attackers. Pokemon in the real world wouldn't just be powerful. They would be living creatures with real strengths, weaknesses, and survival strategies. Which Pokemon should I bring to life next? Johto or Kanto Part 2? Like, subscribe, and comment your favorite Pokemon.